my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello, hi, subscribe. So if you don't know who I am Khristian Toelupe, and I am a transgender woman. And I started this channel primarily to document my journey as a trans person, as well as to do makeup videos, and to also like talk about trans issues, talk about my own life and what I experienced and everything. And part of that is HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. And this is the second video that I will be doing about my hormone journey. All my hormonal updates, I'll most likely be doing a vertical video. I'll be wearing something a little bit more skin tight so that you can like see the differences in my body. So with this video, it has been 6 months, which it doesn't feel like 6 months. I feel like it's gone by way too quick. Like literally, I feel like it was just last time that I was showing about my 3-month update. If you haven't checked that out, I'll put that in the description box below, or in the eye if I can. I don't know if you can do that on vertical videos. But yeah, it's been 6 months on hormones. I have been taking estradiol and I don't know if you can read that, but spironolactone. I can't say it. So I've been taking 3 pills of estradiol every morning. Whoa. So this is as much as my doctor prescribed to me, is 3 estradiol and 1 of the spironolactone. And the spironolactone, if I'm saying it correctly, it is to help prevent, to its best ability, testosterone from developing in your body. Where I was born biologically male at birth, being born in the wrong body, my body does produce testosterone naturally. So I take spironolactone that way so I can stunt the testosterone. And from what I can tell, it's been working very nicely. And the estradiol literally just gives estrogen to my body. That's basically it. If you do want to learn more about hormones and the effects of hormones and what they can do to your body, my previous video, I talked in depth and I went down the list of effects and talked about which ones I've experienced, because there's some that you will experience and some that you won't. Some trans women will get morning sickness, others won't. Some may develop period-like symptoms, not the cramping because we don't have a uterus, but more so like just the emotions, if that makes sense. But if you want to know more about the effects, go check out my last video. I do a very in-depth about, here are the effects that my doctor told me about, here's what I've been experiencing. I go into depth about that. But yeah, so this is what my body looks like 6 months after hormones. My shoulders, I don't know if you can tell, but with men, theirs are a lot more like, you know, and mine used to be like that a little bit. Even, I've been skinny my whole life. I've been thin. I do eat fast metabolism, but I used to have like at the top, but now it's like smoothed out. My arms haven't changed too much. They do, like, they are softening out like a tad. But my butt, let me make sure that I'm not flashing anybody. My butt has grown a lot. Just to give you a better idea of what my butt used to look like, imagine this and then just like nothing, like just nothing. I used to have a very, very bony butt, and I don't sit and look at my butt every day and go like, what does my butt look like today? Like, that's just something I don't do. But one very random day, and it was last week actually, I was getting ready for a road trip. Your girl was getting shaved and everything, and I turned around and I noticed that my butt looked fuller. To give you an idea, here are a couple clips to give you an idea of what my butt looks like without anything on.
Bubble butt, bubble, bubble, bubble butt.
So yeah, that's one of the biggest things. Your butt is big. Another thing that I've noticed is my breast tissue growth. I'm still very, very, very flat chested. Like, even with this being tight on, like, it doesn't help. Like, I look this way and you're like, ooh, and then I turn and you're like, oh. Now, am I thinking about top surgery? Kind of. I don't know. See, for even cis women, it takes about 7 years for your breasts to really develop. So like, if you are a cis woman watching this and you remember like back when you hit puberty for the first time, like the nubs you had at 12 versus the boobs you had at 19, or maybe even past that. I don't know. I'm not cisgender, so I don't know. But just with 6 months of having like literally rib cage and then going to this is kind of a lot different for myself. But yeah, they're still developing. In the first month-ish, the first like 2 to 3 months, the external part, like where the skin was, where the nipples were, all of that just hurt. Like I was just like in pain. Now, I still experience pain, but it's not like just dull aching from the inside, not so much the outside. So I can easily sleep without my bra on if I chose to. But the second I roll over, and all girls will be like, yeah, welcome to being a girl. The second I roll over onto like my stomach, because I am a stomach and side sleeper, it hurts now because it's like I'm like pressing on it. I don't know why it hurts, but it does. Most girls probably couldn't tell you anyways why their boobs hurt, but that is it. Aside from that, and I'm about to hit a topic that you may not be comfortable with, birds and the bees, sex. If you're not comfortable with this kind of a topic, I would advise that you skip forward a little bit, because I'm going to talk about some things that are going to be beneficial to trans people, specifically, especially transgender women. So, and if you are trans and you don't want to talk about that yet, skip. But yeah, so let's talk about sex a little bit. So as far as being sexually active, I have not been active since last summer before I came out. So with being sexually active, I have not been sexually active. Like I don't have a partner or anything. I don't have a boyfriend. I haven't been dating. But you know when like you have your private moments by yourself. What I will say with the hormones is that my down south, from what I've noticed and what I can't remember what it used to be like before I started hormones, things are shrinking downstairs a tad, which is what's supposed to go on like during puberty, when you hit your first puberty as a young woman in a young man's body. Your penis and your testicles do grow, they mature. When you take the hormones, it will stunt them, and more often than not, wow, I can English. More often than not, they will shrink, and mine has. With a spironolactone, I don't produce sperm anymore, from what I've noticed. Before, my body would produce sperm, and now I've noticed that it's not anymore. Now what comes out is just, it's not what it used to be, is what I'll tell you. With being active too, so I mentioned that I'm not active anymore, but as far as sex drive goes, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I have the same sex drive from before. But again, I'm only 6 months into my transition. I don't know what that's going to be like next year. What usually happens is that if you are a transgender woman and you are taking the hormones and everything, usually your sex drive will go down. So, like, you will get turned on, but it's not as often, if that makes sense. And for me personally, with how much my body has changed, and it's kind of a shocker, my sex drive hasn't. So it's like, I will say that last year, I kind of vowed to myself that I wouldn't be active anymore, that I also just stopped dating, no hookups, no dates. I needed to figure out what I wanted, not only just in a partner, but for myself. I know I'm in a completely different spot. Like, I thought that maybe this whole year, 2020, that I would not touch dating whatsoever, that even if like a guy flirted with me in public, that I will not flirt back. Well, the thing was that before I started hormonal replacement therapy, I was so insecure, I was feeling very dysphoric, and I wasn't confident in myself like at all. And now I'm in a different place. Like, don't get me wrong, I still get dysphoric, like my body kind of physically looks between genders to me, because like it's like, yes, I've curved out, but like these are like itty bitty, this is still here. So it's like there are times that like I do get dysphoric, but as far as like confidence level goes and comfortability, I'm a lot more comfortable and a lot more confident than I was last year. I still have room to improve, if that makes sense. With that being said, I'm starting to get interested in dating again. I've been learning that there are men who are attracted to trans women. They date cis and trans women. Some acknowledge it, some don't. Some are in denial, and those are what you get your F-boys, because you're the side piece. I don't mess with those. The guys that I have been lightly flirting with, they have been more accepting. They own that they're attracted to trans women. They understand that they're not gay. They just like what they like. If it's a woman and whatever she has down south, whatever, he's just attracted to the woman in general. So those are the guys that I kind of been mingling with. Besides that, emotionally I'm feeling fine, feeling better, I should say. There's still some things that I'm trying to work out as a transgender person. If you have seen my last video where I did get emotional, that still stands true, but aside from how I get treated as a trans person, for me personally, like just going my day-to-day life, minding my own business, I'm feeling a lot better, feeling a lot more comfortable in my body. Yeah, with all of that being said, I mentioned that I'm not sure about top surgery. If by the end of the next year or this coming year, if these haven't grown as big as I'd like them to, if they're not the size that I would like them to be, I'll consider top surgery. For now, I'm going to try to wait. It's hard being patient, but I'm going to try to wait. Bottom surgery is a must for myself. If you pursue anything with your transition, make sure that it's all for you. I have some interesting stories that I'll share on a different video about my interaction with guys and with talking about bottom surgery. It's very interesting. That's all I'm going to say for now. I'll eventually like cover that all in a different video, but for now, anything that you decide to do, if you decide to do the hormones, if you decide to do surgeries, make sure that it's all for yourself. Make sure you're going to someone safe. Make sure that they know what they're doing, that they know how to guide you properly. For myself, I do want to get bottom surgery. I don't care if there are men who are attracted to trans women with my kind of body type. For myself, I would just feel better being comfortable in my own skin, and what makes me feel comfortable is having this gone and something else there. Another thing would be my Adam's apple. It's not super prominent, but it's enough where it bothers me, so that's something that I'm looking into, as well as getting my brow bone fixed. Everywhere else on my face, I'm not sure if I want to get facial feminization surgery. I don't know what they would do. Like, sometimes my profile kind of makes me feel uncomfortable, like if I
awkwardly tried to reposition myself, but it's fine.
Like if I just look straight, like it sometimes makes me feel uncomfortable, but other times it doesn't. So I don't know for sure. Down south, Adam's apple, brow bone. After that, I might feel comfortable enough to stop my transition. I don't know. I basically said everything that is an update. Like, there's not too much, like, this is my body now. That's kind of it. So if you like this video, give it a good thumbs up, and then comment down below about whatever else you would like to see and learn. And then don't forget to subscribe so that you're updated on more content, and I'll see you all the next time.